Good morning, Tanisha, Don, John Williams, what's good with you, John? You know you the soul of this whole thing, John. Good morning, A-Lane, Nakia, how you doing, Tamara? What's going on? Welcome. Bring your big head ass on in here and get your black ass up. Wake your black ass up. You better get your black ass up. You better wake your black ass up. Come on. Stephanie, AWM. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Hope y'all feeling and doing good. Hope y'all feeling and doing real good this morning. You understand what I'm saying? Hope y'all doing real well this morning. We're gonna have a special guest around 9:20 this morning since it is Relationship Thursday. You understand? It's going down this morning. My man Black Boo's gonna come on this morning. Get your black ass up, Cynthia. Good morning, D. We up, coffee and breakfast on deck. That's what I'm talking about, Nakia. What you having for breakfast? Hey, Elise. I'm doing good, Steph. Brett Murray, what's good with you? Yeah, get your black ass up this morning. We gonna talk black marriage today. My man Black Boo is gonna come on. I posted something my man Boo put up, and a lot of people responded to it, so it's an honor and a pleasure to have him on today. Where is it? Let me see if I can find the post. Yeah, here it is, right here. We're gonna run this a little bit later. Everybody get it on up. Hey Ursula, how you doing this morning? How you doing? Tiffany, what's good with you? At least you feeling good? Huh? So before we go any further, today is a sad day. Today is a sad day at the Clair household. Cause shit got real around here. Yeah, it's a sad day today at the Clair household. Things done got real. Cause that dog was around here doing too much and being untrained. And the kid's mama today let them know that dog don't always got to stay. That there's an option for the dog to go back to the dog place. She said, what you do? I ain't do a motherfucking thing. D, I'm over here holding it down. But today, Naima let them kids know that your dog might not stay. Fuck around, come home from school one day and ain't no more dog. If y'all don't get the fuck to work up here on this dog. We had a straight up and down 1988 moment over here. Yeah, oh yeah, she went back to 1984 on y'all. The dog ain't got to stay. Oh, we can get rid of this dog. You know you don't you don't ever hear that no more. The way that America treats dogs nowadays, you don't never hear that no more. I grew up with the dog can go. You know, nowadays the dog is a part of the family and we love our dog. And even on the Blue Diamond commercial or whatever it's called, we made this dog food for our boy Blue and all that other shit. Not over here at the Clair household. Them kids found out today from their mama that the motherfucking dog can go. Fuck around, come home from school, ain't gonna be no dog. And all I could think, the reason I'm laughing, all I could think of is Eddie Murphy's father. Remember Eddie Murphy's father in Delirious? You don't spend time with the dog, Eddie. Your kids just running around here. You don't spend time with the dog. The dog don't even know his name. Coco, Where the fuck is he going, Eddie? Where the fuck is the dog going? Because you don't spend time. You know what I do? You know what I do? You know what I do when ain't nobody home? And I kick the motherfucker and I laugh my motherfucking ass off. Stop crying. Stop crying. I know you're 7. I know you're 7, but you'll be a 7-year-old walking the dog, no house having motherfucker. Yeah. They mother let him know today that the dog can go. That the dog can go. You understand? The dog can go. All right, I got it. Goody Goo Goo. I know you're 7. I know you're 7, but you'll be a 7-year-old walking the dog, no house having motherfucker, Eddie. He said the dog just shits anywhere he fucking wants to. The dog shit been sitting there so long last week, I went in there to watch the game. I thought it was a piece of furniture. I set my drink on the motherfucker. Because you don't spend time with the dog, Eddie. You kids, you don't spend time with the dog. Your wife's a Bigfoot, isn't she, Gus? You said you met your wife on a camping trip? I'm sending an email to our guests. Y'all just listen to me rant for a second. You said you met your wife on a camping trip? Your wife's a Bigfoot, isn't she, Gus? Don't bring a motherfucking Bigfoot to my home, Gus, when my wife and children sleep. You shaved down a Bigfoot, Gus. Token to speak. You told me your wife was Puerto Rican. I went to work. I went to Sanchez. I said, Goody Goo Goo. Sanchez said, man, get the fuck out of here with that. Your wife's a Bigfoot, isn't she, Gus? I took your kids fishing. And the brother, all right, I had to send an email right quick to our guests. My bad. I took the kids fishing, and Nevada said, what is Joe talking about? You ain't never watched Delirious, Nevada? Your wife's a Bigfoot, isn't she, Gus? You see everybody else laughing? Because my wife this morning told them kids that she'd get rid of that dog. And it made me think of Eddie Murphy's father when he told him in Delirious, oh, I'll get rid of the dog. You can take this motherfucking dog and you can get the fuck out. I know, stop crying. Stop crying. I know you're 7. I know you're 7, but you'll be a 7-year-old walking the dog, no house having motherfucker. Real talk. Yeah, Beth. So Beth's like, no, Beth. Y'all know Beth is our resident dog walker, and she cares a lot for these dogs. She loves animals. Naima let them kids know they better step their game up in the dog department, or he gonna have to go live on a farm. Yeah, man. That's that classic. The dog went, that's what my mother told me happened to my dog. He had to go live on a farm. I said, well, can we go visit him on the farm? The farm's too far away for you to go see the dog. So Boots better get his act together. He better start listening to this training. They better start giving this dog some treats and training him, or he gonna go. He gonna be the fuck living on the farm. Boots is his name. I'm telling you, this dog spoiled as hell. This dog, I didn't know that they had dog diapers for dogs. I was like, that's not gonna teach the dog nothing. And the dog don't know shit because he had diapers the whole goddamn dog time. Yes, indeed. 9:12 in the morning time. Hold on a second. Black Boo, can you hear me? All right, hold up. You in the waiting room. We're gonna do this moment of clarity, then we're gonna come to you, all right? All right, y'all. So listen, this morning we got a special guest. Let me run this for y'all to show y'all since it's Relationship Thursday.
What's up, y'all? So, look, when I speak about my marriage to people, I often start off with marriage is tough. I ain't trying to be negative. I'm just saying, like, yo, I'm just being real about it. Marriage is probably the hardest thing that I've ever done. I mean, it's hard work. I do encourage it, but I know that everybody ain't ready for it. So, here's a list of people who probably shouldn't get married. Now, if you struggle with communication and you ain't willing to work on it or improve it, then marriage ain't for you. If you got commitment issues, then marriage definitely ain't for you. If you can't express your thoughts or your feelings, or you don't know how to compromise, or you tend to be selfish, then marriage ain't for you. If you have unrealistic expectations, thinking that everything is always perfect, marriage definitely ain't for you. If you lack emotional maturity, marriage ain't it. If you refuse to adapt, marriage ain't it. If you don't know how to empathize, marriage ain't for you. If you can't hold yourself accountable and you have a hard time holding others accountable, marriage is not for you. And if you ain't ready to put in that work, then marriage probably ain't for you. And that's cool, because marriage ain't for everybody, y'all. But if you want to get married, be ready to put in the work. I know this a lot, but I assure you that marriage can be one of the most fulfilling and rewarding experiences of your life. But take your time and reflect on yourself and your partner that you choose, and ask yourself, are you really ready to get married? Because it ain't for suckers. What's up, y'all? So, look, when I speak about my marriage to people,
that man said, because it ain't for suckers. Y'all heard what the man said. So he's coming up. Let's get this moment of clarity in real quick, y'all. Because you got to know if this shit is for you or not. Let's run these strings. Boo, can you hear these strings, Boo? Yeah, man. This is the moment of clarity track Joe Clair made. Namste. Namaste, everybody. Good morning. Let's get to this moment of clarity real quick. But first, listen to the string. Woo, this. All right, namaste, everybody. Here is our moment of clarity. Let's get it in. Today, let's talk about examining the possibilities for your life. You know, at the top of the year, I wrote a tweet. I sent a tweet out to the universe saying, hey, this year I submit and get out of my own way and let God do what he will with me and for me for my life. A key component of that, a key component of watching that manifest or making that manifest or having that manifest in my life is the ability to open myself up to a number of possibilities in the spirit of growth, spirit of well-being and ultimate success. I have used this many, many times in my life and to get me the life that I've been able to make for myself, but I also find that I, will get in my way again and again and again. This is a principle that I have to come back to often. Even in my 50s, I'm coming back to, oh man, get out your own way. And one of the ways that you do that is to examine and be open to all the possibilities. In this world today, we've been conditioned to think that one way is the way and anything other than that must be just wrong. And we get to get on our little devices and tell everybody else how wrong we think that their way is. Never even thinking that those people over there are just believe and know that they are just as right as we are. They have a whole nother set of possibilities that they've examined and opened themselves up to. Is there any strength in that? I believe there is. Because if I can see it my way and your way, well, then I got a real full understanding of what's going on. I'm open to the possibility that, okay, some of the stuff he's saying may be correct. I might need to apply that for my own life. And I might get better. I might help all of us get better. When it comes to job, when it comes to diet, when it comes to success, when it comes to marriage, like we're going to talk relationships and everything else, examine all of the possibilities and be open to at least considering that you don't have all of the answers and you need to be open to some other shit so that you can manifest growth, you can manifest that maturity that you're looking for, you can be that change that you're asking yourself to be. I'm hoping this word right here is giving you some value. It's hoping you affirm something or is motivating you to the growth and change that you're trying to do. All right? All right, that's your moment of clarity right here on Joe Clair Live. And I bow down to the divine in each and every one of y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Let's turn and amen. Let's put amen on the back of that too. Amen. Amen. Let's put amen on the back of that too. You understand? Let's run them strings one more time. If you got something good out of that, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something good out of what I just said, please give me a thumbs up. And if not, please. And if you thought that was good, share this live with somebody who needs to hear that word right there. Namaste and amen. Amen. That's how them amens be hitting me. Hey, man. All right, y'all. It's Relationship Thursday, 9:18 in the morning time. This morning, I want you to be open to the possibility that you don't know everything about marriage. Especially those of us who have never been married. Those of us who have been listening to the Western world's media and propaganda tell us what marriage is as opposed to what it actually is. Those of us who think we got it all figured out and love to leave dissertations under people posting shit about relationships. Well, this morning we're going to get into that. We're going to get all the way into that because we have a great brother coming on. Now, he shocked, him and his wife shocked the world with their marriage. It was a surprise wedding. Surprised the dog mess out of his wife. Surprised the dog shit out of her too. Didn't know what was going on. Tears was everywhere. Whole DMV was crying. Thug niggas couldn't believe. Oh Lord, I done seen the greatest thing ever. They are the Duncans. Y'all remember the forever Duncan wedding and viral sensation, and now they getting it on Love and Marriage. Ain't that Love and Marriage DC? Ain't that the name of the show? The name of the show is Love and Marriage DC. They are a couple on this season, getting it in and doing everything. Now, I know the brother before all of that shit. Before all of that, I knew the brother from a whole nother life. I know him as Black Boo from the band Mambo Sauce, but also from the old BT days and everything else. This is my man Black Boo. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, right here on the Joe Clair Live, give me a thumbs up, some claps or whatever. Give it up for my man Black Boo coming to the stage right about now. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Give him some love. There he is. Let's give you some applause. Yes, indeed. One more applause and a goddamn air horn. Yeah, there we go. Let me kill this music. So everybody say what's up to my man Black Boo. Black Boo, please tell now. Let me explain this to you. This is Joe Clair Live, home of Get Your Black Ass Up.
Okay.
And everybody who is here is part of the Black Ass Bunch.
Okay. I fit in perfect.
You fit in perfect. So Black Ass Bunch say, hey, Black Boo. Black Boo say, hey, Black Ass Bunch.
Hey, Black Ass Bunch.
Y'all understand? Now, this is how I do my show, Boo. This is and over here, we talk comedy, coffee, real estate as much as we possibly can. I think that's a pillar for, black generational black wealth and everything else. But we also on Thursdays have Relationship Thursday.
Okay.
Our good sister Elise, who is down in Dallas, Texas, going through her second round of chemo, this is her favorite day. She's all about the relationships. She is here with us. We got a lot of ladies and some brothers in here. Now, I'm going to run your post one more time so that everybody knows what the fuck we about to discuss. Because I saw the post and I was like, I can't wait to post this shit right here. Cause yeah, let's go. Hold on.
What's up, y'all? So look, when I speak about my marriage to people, I often start off with marriage is tough. I ain't trying to be negative. I'm just saying, like, I'm just being real about it. Marriage is probably the hardest thing that I've ever done. I mean, it's hard work. I do encourage it, but I know that everybody ain't ready for it. So here's a list of people who probably shouldn't get married. Now, if you struggle with communication and you ain't willing to work on it or improve it, then marriage ain't for you. If you got commitment issues, then marriage definitely ain't for you. If you can't express your thoughts or your feelings, or you don't know how to compromise, or you tend to be selfish, then marriage ain't for you. If you have unrealistic expectations, thinking that everything is always perfect, marriage definitely ain't for you. If you lack emotional maturity, marriage ain't it. If you refuse to adapt, marriage ain't it. If you don't know how to empathize, marriage ain't for you. If you can't hold yourself accountable and you have a hard time holding others accountable, marriage is not for you. And if you ain't ready to put in that work, then marriage probably ain't for you. And that's cool, because marriage ain't for everybody, y'all. But if you want to get married, be ready to put in the work. I know this a lot, but I assure you that marriage can be one of the most fulfilling and rewarding experiences of your life. But take your time and reflect on yourself and your partner that you choose, and ask yourself, are you really ready to get married? Because it ain't for suckers. What's up, y'all? So look, when I speak about my marriage,
because it ain't for suckers. So first, hold on one more time. Just off of the motherfucking. Run that again. Yeah, you got to get that off of that. What made you make this post?
So me and my wife, we do a lot of things as it relates to marriage. And I had a conversation with somebody because anytime somebody asks me about marriage, I always start off with, man, it's tough. And people be like, why are you so negative about it? And it's not that I'm negative. I just want to let you know that, you about to really get into something. And people, they just look at marriage and they look at all of the beautiful things in it. You know what I'm saying? They look at all of the fairy tale. They look at the end where the frog turned into the prince, but they don't understand it. They don't understand the life of the frog. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important, I think, for married couples to let people know how tough it is to be in marriage, and not to discourage them, but to make them understand what they're getting into before they get into it.
Beautiful. I'm glad you put all of that out there. It is very popular on social media these days, especially on Black Twitter, Black Instagram, Black Facebook, Black TikTok, Black LinkedIn. I didn't even know they had ghetto LinkedIn.
I was about to say I didn't know that either.
Oh yeah, they got Black LinkedIn is real.
I got to go. I gotta go see that.
Where you think they sell all that funnel at and shit like that?
They be having happy hour and everything.
Happy hour on Black LinkedIn. It is a very popular narrative for brothers to, marriages for suckers narrative. They say that if you get married, man, you are a sucker. Don't do it. If you marriage is for simps. Marriage is a bad proposition for a man, bruh. Why would you? One of the things I hear and heard when I was getting married, bruh. In this day and age, why would you even enter into a legal binding situation like that, knowing that you can lose half your shit? Yeah. What do you say?
I mean, I feel like that. So I feel like you people are stating that from a place of fear, and it's understandable. And then we look at all of the relationships that we've seen. in the past, and it doesn't necessarily look beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Like if we look at it as a whole, I'm not talking about, because I know that you had, you saw some great relationships in your life, and I have too. But I've also, majority of the ones that I've saw have been failures. So I think that they come from a place of fear. But I say this: you'll never hear, or I don't think that you would possibly hear somebody that's on their deathbed that has lived a single life their whole life, um, like downgrading marriage or downgrading somebody to be beside them while they're going through, this time of transitioning. So I just think that, I think as humans, we supposed to have someone. Like we supposed to be connected to each other in some form of fashion. And I think marriage is the deepest connection that you can possibly have. Because if you think about your kids, like I love my kids. And one of the hardest things that was tough for me is that, they always say that you got to put, what they say is you have to put your wife before your kids. And it's easy when you have a wife that you have children with, but it's extremely hard when you have a blended family. So, it's like I gotta choose this woman who I've known for 4 or 5 years, but this my child. Like I've been with this child forever. Like, and if we don't work, this is still gonna be my child. But you got to understand that even in that situation, when you get older, that child is going to leave and have their own family. And you're going to be left by yourself if you don't find someone to be beside you.
Right.
So it's just, there's so many.
It is. It's definitely a thing to think about. And I'll never forget my co-host Tati, who used to be on the morning show with me. She talked about how she poured into her kids, but she also poured a lot into her marriage because she knew that, her 10-year-old was going to be gone in 8 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They going to go on and have their lives. And then it's back to you and your life. And you have this person here that you said you were going to be with forever. So while we going through all of this stuff with these kids, I still got to be looking at, one day we're going to be old and our back's going to be hurting. Do I want to be with your ass? Yeah. And when you old like that, well, if I'm going to be with you when you there, depends on how we do right now.
Yes.
For me, it's like, it really depends on how we doing all day, every day. I try to keep marriage top of mind at damn near all times. And I think that's a strategy that has worked for me. And here's why. And I want to have this conversation with you. Because I feel like you and I, and our generation of husbands, are in a state of dating the type of women that my father only imagined would be around. A woman who holds down the job, make a shitload of money, got education, skills, class, and all of those other things. She's got it. She's got everything she's ever wanted out of life, plus this whole ass marriage. Well, with that, since her elevated, if that's the word I can call it, from where her grandmother was to where she is now, with this elevated state where I meet her at, okay, now there's some things I gotta come to grips with within me. Right. There's some caveats that you gotta tell yourself to stay in this marriage. There's some things that your father never had to put up with, your grandfather never had to never even had to consider.
Exactly.
That are the cornerstone of how you and her get to stay together. With that being said, do you think that narrative we talked about earlier, this is, Joe, that's a sucker's bet, don't you get married, is missing the fact that things have changed and marriage has to change as well?
It definitely misses the fact that marriage has changed. And like I said, once again, I think it comes from a place of fear and intimidation, because when you're dealing with a woman that is at that level, that majority of women are in right now, it makes you, like you said, you got to show up different. You can't show up like they showed up back in the day. just willy-nilly, hey, I'm here, we gonna have a good time, blah blah blah. Now she want to know, like, yo, what are you thinking about for the future? Like, how are you gonna raise our kids? All of this. How are you in communication? How did you treat your mother? Like, all of these different things. And men, some men, just to be honest, we don't want to be held accountable for that. Like, yo, nah, no, I'm not trying to answer all these damn questions. Look, you gonna be with me or nah? Or hey, I'm doing good over here. I can do it without you. And I just think that yeah, times have changed, and I think that it takes a certain man to deal with a woman of today. But then I also think that the men who are able to deal with the type of women also show the women something. I think that, like, my wife has shown me a lot. My wife has steered me in many directions that I probably wouldn't have went. She's given me a certain level of confidence, but I can honestly say that it's twofold. That I've definitely shown my wife some things, like how to be more diplomatic in a sense. To think about decisions more deeply than acting on just emotions or being impulsive. So I think it's a trade-off. In marriage, I think that's what it's supposed to be. And I think that if you are confident within yourself, then everybody will benefit from the relationship of a man dealing with a woman that does it all, that has it all.
One of the things you stated, I want to touch on. You said that we we don't feel like being held accountable, and I like to think that it's not that we don't feel like being held accountable. It's not in our nature to ever expect that we would have to be held accountable in that way. We thought we were accountable for go, make money, bring money in the house. I'll pitch in for the rest of this shit, but that's basically being a man. And now it's go, make money, bring the money in the house, and then who cooking dinner? What's up with dinner tonight?
Yeah.
She over there. I got 2 jobs. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? Damn, if I had 2 jobs, I would be like, where the fuck is dinner? And she already took, she already dropped somebody off at football practice, and some dinner got to get taken care of. And nigga, you know how to cook. So what's gonna go on? My pop, and my mom split. My dad was, he was abusive, right? Which is what caused the split. But under that, he was, what he told me, was ill-equipped.
Yeah.
He told me he was ill-equipped to actually hold that together successfully. And he regretted it to the day he died. I mean, my father tried to get my mother back. He was sending, they split by the time I was 4. He died when I was 50. He sent her flowers like a week before he passed away.
Wow.
This was his girl, because he ain't never met nobody like her. But what he also told me was, I said, Pop, what happened? When I was in my 30s, before I got married, I was like, well, what happened with y'all? And he said, this is, and I want all the men to listen right quick. He said, I was just doing what I thought niggas was supposed to do. When it came to house, wife, kids, this traditional, let me do those things. But then there was the underlying, I'm the king of the castle. What the fuck I say go, and ain't no other way. And I seen people put hands on people back in the day. And men stay out in the street. Men don't come to fucking the house when you ask him to come to fucking house. Who the fuck you think you is? I'm going out. I be out. And get the fuck back. What the fuck is wrong? He had that as well.
Yeah.
By the time I was old enough to articulate the question, he had come to grips with the fact that he had been sold some bad information. Because he didn't marry one of them women who was going to sit around for that for a hot second.
Yeah.
Do you think that you and I are introducing a new norm for what it means to be a husband?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people are. I think that we're doing that.
Yeah, our generation is what I meant.
Yeah, our generation is. I think our generation, because see, this is the thing. I think that we are products of things that we've looked at, and we've grown older, and we've become educated to how these things have caused certain trauma and all of these things in our lives. Like we're equipped with so many resources and stuff that it allows us to be self-reflective, right? So our generation, which I'm so proud of, we are flipping the narrative on so much. Like we're flipping the narrative on parenting as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking of black fathers. I'm talking about black men. You know, black women, of course, they've always been progressing at a extremely high rate. But black men, as far as like being a parent, we are the most active parent in the household amongst any race. And I think that we are probably I think that we're the most active husbands in a relationship, because I think black men are really trying to learn how to love our black women. And of course, we have people out here that, goes against the narrative and so forth and so on. But
Fuck that bitch.
yeah, but to be honest with you, this is the dope part about it is that, in my circle, I don't know too many people that ain't like me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I don't know too many men that at least in front of me, don't seem like they're trying to be great husbands. So
Gotcha.
I definitely think we're changing the narrative.
Here's one of the things that stays in the back of my mind that keeps me in my marriage. That keeps me when things get tough. One of the pillars I lean on is the fact that a lot of the guys that I either, we from DC, we can't say we look up to nobody.
Yeah.
So a lot of the guys I fuck with, because I don't look up to none of these niggas.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all niggas. Smack the shit out of these. I don't give a fuck, but guys I respect. They G. People like Jay. People like you look at E40 and his wife. You look at Ice Cube and his wife. There's people in business, like my man Don Peoples. And like my man Bowman Keaty. There's Scotty Irvin. There's other people in business in LeBron James. These guys, a lot of the solid guys that I consider solid, I also consider the fact that, they stayed in these marriages and made these marriages work. And even some of them publicly have shown the chinks in the armor.
Yeah.
And still, hold that thing together. Do you lean on that?
Yeah, I lean on anything I could possibly, that could possibly help me out.
All right, yeah, because I ain't want to feel like, to me, if I was like, man, I ain't on these niggas' dicks, am I?
Nigga, this is community.
But I be needing Toby and Gway. Word up, I be needing to lean on that shit.
Hell yeah, we got to. Like, this is not this ain't the time to be in isolation. You know what I'm saying? This shit is too tough to be in isolation. And I mean, with anybody, I'm one of the dopest advice that I've got, right? So right before I got married, I asked people, what advice would you give me? And then you'll get people that say, keep people out your marriage, keep it in how, blah, blah, blah. One of the best advice I got was from my best friend named Victorious. He said, look, it's really not about keeping people out of your marriage. It's about keeping the right people in. So as long as you have people in your marriage that's going to hold you accountable, that wants you guys to be successful, those are the people that you keep in your marriage. And so if you find that, a celebrity or somebody else is doing something that you can apply to your marriage and it can potentially help you, it's not just helping your marriage, but it's helping the black community and other people that's looking at, because for real, you, Joe Clair, are somebody's Toby and Wigway. You are somebody's Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? You are somebody's superstar that they looking at you, and you are encouraging them about their marriage in the way that they treat their wives. So fuck that narrative fuck that shit. We need each other. Nigga, I need you. And I ain't too ashamed or none of that shit to say that. Nigga, I need you. I look up to the shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? You inspire me. All of that shit. I love you. Period.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. We need that type shit. Cause
Hell yeah.
cause black marriage hard.
Fuck
Now
it.
listen. Now listen, we gonna have to get a little we gonna have to get into the the skin tone.
Okay.
Since your name is Black Boot.
Let's do
Listen. I have a joke, and I say it jokingly, but there's always a little truth in the joke. I have a joke where I say, if you are not married to a black woman, you can't give me marriage advice. Cause look here, you ain't got this Jim Crow shit going on. You didn't have that predatory lending shit stain your relationship. Our relationships are colored by 400 years of trauma, oppression, marginalization, and all that other shit.
Yeah.
So when you talking to me about a bad Wednesday night and the spaghetti was fucked up, yours is not colored by the ghost of Sojourner Truth. You don't understand. You ain't got ain't no Sojourner Truth in your lasagna, Nick. So y'all, you can't talk that shit to me.
I feel you. I agree. I mean, you know, you just
I hate to be sounding, you know, they say, oh, that's racist, but man, fuck that.
Man, like, nigga, look, we I don't mind us explaining that we're different. You know what I'm saying? We experience different shit. We the way we move is different. Man, y'all love us because we different. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take our culture and try to, you know, spread it amongst you because you love how different and how smooth and all that shit we are. So, I mean, let's just be real. Like, yo, it's way more trauma that we have to get over in a black household than a white household. Period. And so you throwing in all this trauma as well as dealing with trying to cohabitate, you know what I'm saying? And coming from different backgrounds, different types of trauma. You know, you got for instance, if I've never been abused before, you know what I'm saying? I've never been, you know, sexually molested or anything like that. But then I have like a wife who has been. Like, I can't relate to that, but I have to learn how to help her with her trauma. And she can't relate to, you know, me having abandonment issues because she had like two parents and all of that type of stuff. So, yo, it's just so much that goes into a black relationship that is just it is amazing for us to be successful in it.
Man,
It is amazing.
I wake up in the morning saying to myself, you know what, cause shit. My wife she right up boo, I don't know if you can't see it. She right up them steps right there. It's a door right here, and she right up the stairs. She holds an MBA plus a bunch of other distinctions in cybersecurity and in project management and all this other stuff. Graduated from UMBC, graduated from Poly in Baltimore. She's from the west side of Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, Baltimore wife.
I got a Baltimore wife. So, a Baltimore wife who made it through the 80s and the 90s in Baltimore.
Oh, God damn. That's a lot. That's a lot.
So when anybody try to give me marriage advice, I be like, I hear you, but you don't have all this other shit stacked on top of it. You don't know about shootouts in front of Lake Trout. You, what the fuck is going on down on North Avenue with the pow 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 pow? Green Mountain Avenue, and these niggas will fry your motherfucking ass so quick. So, you know, it for me, the conversation one of the other reasons I wanted to have you on is because there needs to be a more robust conversation amongst black husbands about black marriage and how we see the black family for the future. I personally feel like we hit a reset button. My dad's generation, he, you know what I'm saying? He shared a lot of, I fucked that up. I saw a lot of black men get to the, oh man. They even wrote a song about it. When she's so smart, I can't beat her cooking. Ask me how I know, and I tell you so. She used to be my girl. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more songs like that. Niggas don't even
Nope.
make records like that because,
Oh.
it's like fuck that bitch. But real niggas know, like, hold up, man. I lost the best one.
Yeah, but I think niggas do that in public. You know what I'm saying? But like we all are made of the same shit. So niggas be go home. They go home and cry. They go home and be wishing. You know what I'm saying? They be doing all
Oh,
this
nigga, God,
bullshit.
please.
Yeah.
Please, God,
They do
please.
all of this.
Oh,
Or
Lord.
what they do is they partake in things that will help them get off of that. That just which is more harmful to them
Right.
than it is beneficial. So, I mean, dog, it's just all of the way that we handle it, but we all want the same thing. And I think that I wanted to say that according to you saying you don't take a relationship advice. I get it that you like, look, I got a different set of circumstances over here, so why would I listen to you? But truth be told, we all come from a different walk of life, but we all want the same thing. So if you can give me advice, I may not, uh, it may not can be applied fully, but it is some little tidbits in there that I probably can take from you. You know
And
what I'm
that's why
saying?
I said it's a joke that I have on
Yeah,
stage as a
yeah,
premise.
yeah.
In real life, I have some cats that I know from business and so on and so forth, white guys who have been in, marriage for 30, 40 years. And I'm like, okay, look, man,
Yeah.
you
What
know,
I do.
matter of fact, your 30, your 40 white years equal a good 15 black years. So listen.
We gotta multiply by 2 and 5%.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Your 40 white years
yeah.
gives you 15 years.
I got you. I got you.
And so therefore I need to ask you something because I'm on year 13 and I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm gonna make it to 14. I got some questions for you. And
yeah,
I've
yeah.
gotten some very sound advice. No, on some no bullshit. I've gotten some very sound advice about marriage from men of different ethnicities.
Oh, I just had a thought there
However,
too. So look,
oh,
I,
go ahead.
I just had a thought there about this. So you remember I said that we all come from a place of trauma, and so a black household is filled with trauma as well as the dealing with the marital thing, and we talking about getting white advice, right? And white advice may not have all of that trauma, but now that I think about it, they may be the good person to give us advice because they're giving it from a place that isn't relative to the trauma. And our reaction in these marriages are relative to our trauma. So shit. And I just thought of that. I wasn't, I was on board with you. But
Right,
damn, man, I think of it, they may can't come from a space where it's trauma free, and can
right.
give me more sound information because I'm speaking from, what I saw and what I grew up in. That's wild. I ain't even want to give him that credit.
That's
God,
profound. That's you just what this morning's moment of clarity was about, that growth and examine what did we I mean, we just spoke about that. Being
yeah,
open to all of the possibilities. Yeah, that
yeah.
white dude just might have the goddamn secret for your marriage.
Damn.
You don't
I,
want to admit it. You ain't
I,
gonna tell nobody. But
I
your
don't.
your
I
white
wish.
friend Gordon told you some good shit. And you owe Gordon a goddamn bottle of single malt scotch. And goddamn it, hey, Gordon, you coming to get this plate on Thanksgiving? Stop fucking around, man. You saved our shit. And when you come around, I'm going to use my hard R's.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to say car. When you leave, it's a car. But
That's
why?
why you hear it's a call.
Why it's here? It's a car. Gordon just came over in his car, everybody, to say hello on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you crazy.
Because
Yo.
Gordon
You
gave me
crazy.
great marriage advice. As soon as he leave, Gordon helped me with my merch.
Yeah, go and help me. He helped me out a little bit. He,
A
yeah, he
little
was
something. That's my
right.
man Gordon or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Wow.
real. Well, brother, man, I want to thank you, man. It's 9:50. We gonna have to do this again.
I love to, man.
If,
Okay, I got one more thing to say. Then I know we
please
got.
do.
All right, so this last thing I want to say is that I think that we focusing on marriage, and this is a great conversation, but I really think that the work starts before that. You know what I'm saying? The difference, the reason why me and my wife can stay together is because I genuinely like my wife. Like I like being around her. That's my dog. And
Right.
she became my dog before I married her. You know, that's what made me like, look, I ain't trying to go through no engagement phase. I already noticed the one. I gave
Right.
her hell before I made her my girlfriend because I was like, I don't know. I don't know. So I think that, you know, we need to do a lot of work in the courting area, you know, and nigga, if you feel like she ain't the one, then, you know, you free to walk away. And same with her. But you got to do a deeper dive when you dating somebody, then you know, being before you marry, because
My,
that she gotta be your
Naima,
dog.
let me tell you some real shit. I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. And she'll tell you, Naima thought something was wrong with me. Cause I ain't bust her down. We had
Same.
spent a couple of nights and weeks of nights and months of nights together, and I hadn't bust her down, and she thought something was wrong with me. But I wanted to get it right.
Young, you know, I don't even know if you know our story. You know, I did the same thing.
I know. I remember.
Wow.
Yeah. I ain't buzzing down. So she was like, I mean, what's that? I was like, don't worry. When you get this dick, it's gonna be that thing. I'm coming with it. As a matter of fact, I'm holding on to it to make sure you worthy of the mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. That's what it is, dog. And no
And
homo.
then when she got some dick, she was like, oh, hold on a second now. Hold on a second. Oh, slow down, nigga. I didn't notice. I did not know that this vehicle had that much horsepower in it.
Exactly.
I didn't know this was a V12 engine.
Yeah, and that's another thing, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing that I say, man, when I, you know, have like conversations with young men, and I don't know how to word it, so I'm just gonna say it the way that I say it. Like, Slim, your dick is golden. You know what I'm saying? It's as precious as the coochie is out here. You gotta be careful who you giving that joint to. You just can't be out this joint slinging it to everybody. You gotta understand that shit is precious to you. So you know what I'm saying? When it came to my wife, it was like, hey, hold up, I ain't really trying to smash you. I want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? To see if you worthy of this golden dick. You know? So and apparently she is, because
Yeah, she worked.
yeah, he worked.
Matter of fact, that's when I do the spin.
Hey, I'm about to do this shit with you. Do it with you.
Hey, Boo, thanks, man. Everybody, y'all give it up for Black Boo. Come on, give him a round of applause.
I love you, boy.
Thanks, I love you, brother. We're going to have to do this again.
Hey,
Continue success. Hold on, let me get you some applause. In that air horn. I'm going to get up with you.
Peace.
Peace, man. All right, y'all. There we have it. That was funny. Did we learn anything today? Ladies, was y'all listening? Fellas, was y'all listening? There was some gems being dropped in there. He even said, hey man, you might want to listen to this white guy about your marriage. You might want to consider what he is saying. Now that I'm in it, he said, and his name is Black Boo. If you ain't gonna listen to nobody on black and white relations, you gonna listen to somebody named Black Boo. And Black Boo said, hey, now that I'm married, when I talk to white guys, I'll consider what the fuck he's saying. Cause this marriage shit, some other shit, and he might be speaking of a place that is not traumatic, and he just might have the answer for me. That was a real insight right there. I'm gonna listen to somebody named Black Boo. You understand what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna listen to somebody named Black Boo. It was actually 74. What? Anyway, everybody, getting out of here. Oh, let me show y'all something. I got one last thing to show y'all before I go. One itty bitty little thing to show y'all before I go. Before we get out of here today. Boom. Oh yeah, there we go right there. We gonna have a banging ass show on the 27th. One show on the 27th. My man Chris Thomas, Rudy Rush, and the good Ty Davis. Yes, indeed. Banging and Bowie. Get your tickets. Tickets going on sale today or tomorrow. Just want to announce that. It's going down on the 27th. Oh, the numbers today. Yeah, the numbers went up today. I was watching the numbers. This the black table talk. Since they don't cancel red table talk, we got a black table talk. Black Boo said, look at here, man. This shit is real. And you know, you got to get to courting. You got to get to courting on that weekend, on that woman. Got to court her. And don't give her your precious dick. You golden, bruh. Hey, bruh. Bruh, if ain't nobody told you golden, bruh, watch yourself. Don't be giving it to just anybody. The black table talk. Let's get up out of here today.
You know how they say you supposed to know better? Shit, nigga, I knew better. The way my mom's had me on that Namste and everything, shit, nigga, I stayed on the porch as long as I could. You understand? I sold drugs for 10
Joe Clair Live is what
minutes.
it's called.
Got caught, nigga. The first time I got caught, I was the last time I sold drugs. I knew better. You know what I'm saying? I'ma let the beats talk for me. This my heat talk, homie. Now the streets not for me. Wasn't gonna let them kill me, dawg. No, I ain't getting killed with y'all. Too young to be getting killed and all. I'ma let these beats talk for me. This my heat talk, homie. The streets not for me. Wasn't gonna let them kill me, dawg. No, I ain't getting killed with y'all. Too young to be getting killed and all. Ayy. Now these rhymes ain't got no felonies. Heard the shit that the rapper niggas was telling me. Corporations was selling me what God was letting be. The grosser you niggas versus what my soul netting me. Vision of a king, I see abundance and lack. Gratitude give me more than I can ever give back. Say what? Make niggas commit these emotional acts. Putting passion in falsehoods and be calling it fact. Preach street laws, mistreat y'all, and let the system pimp, prostitute, and delete y'all. It's deep, dog. Shallow shit getting deep, y'all. A sleep every morning off the Zah. And the fonts a lead flaw. It got you thinking that his way is the way. So you saying what he tell you to say. Pray what he tell you to pray. Pray what he tell you to play. You think I'm faking, try to think for yourself or order the algorithm. I'ma let the beats talk for me. This my heat talk, homie. Now the streets not for me. Wasn't gonna let them kill me, dawg. No, I ain't getting killed with y'all. Too young to be getting killed and all. I'ma let these beats talk for me. This my heat talk, homie.
Y'all gonna have a great day. Sherry said she got marriage on her mind
me, dog.
Today.
No, I ain't getting killed with y'all.
I hope I gave you
Too
something.
young to be getting killed and all. Hey.
And now I do business on y'all bitches for TV stations, real estate agents, and politicians.
I interview niggas.
I got a golden pot to piss in.
I'm a living cheat code.
But you ain't gotta listen.
14th and Rhode Island to see Pop as a youth. Back out to see Pleasant when the weekend was through. That combination there could be tough to get through. But I had some destinations that I had to get to. You see, I needed to see me with that Morgan State degree. Telling jokes to the folks hosting shows on BET. Smoking the bestest rum, drinking the best weed. Jumped a broom with brown skin, getting yoked on the beach. Let me see. Oh yeah, build a legacy. Cause allegedly the big shots never be letting me. I best believe I'ma set it up to set it free. Especially cause these kids gotta forever. I'ma let the beats talk for me. This my heat talk, homie. Now the streets not for me. Wasn't gonna let them kill me, dawg. No, I ain't getting killed with y'all. Too young to be getting.
That wasn't me, Ness. Nah.
Let these beats talk for me. This my heat talk.
That was her husband.
It's not for me. Wasn't
Stacy's husband, Ness.
No, I ain't getting killed with y'all. Too young to be getting killed and all. Hey.
Verse 3, it was like the world versus me. Make it worse.
I'm young,
dumb, hungry, and thirsty. I see y'all tomorrow, man. Go have a great day. 3 o'clock.
See a bad decision
3
away
o'clock.
from the